What I'm about to tell you is the most embarrassing story of my life. So, here we go. Hey guys, what is going on? This is your old pal back at it yet again. So, I think it was a few weeks ago, it might have been a month and change ago, I did a video called I Don't Regret Buying These Vinegar Syndrome Releases. And I kind of hinted at, like, should I do a reverse version? Should I do a I do regret buying these Vinegar Syndrome releases? And there was a resounding, please do the other one. And I get it, you know, I guess I was just kind of like, I don't know if people just want to hear me talk about movies I hate that are from Vinegar Syndrome. Like, surprise! You know, let's be dead ass honest about it. But no, enough of you were like, no, I think it would be helpful because there's stuff that's always on my radar that maybe I don't pick up because I'm just like, well, I don't know if it's any good or not. So what this video is going to be is talking about Vinegar Syndrome titles that I regret buying. And this is going to be so weird, but I got to start off with this one. This is not a Vinegar Syndrome release. This is an 88 Films release, but the reason I have this release as opposed to that is because it was convenient for me to get this release, and Vinegar Syndrome has this movie. So we're going to start off with that bonus. Now, the movie in question is Zombie 5 Killing Birds. Like I said, this is the 88 Films version, but Vinegar Syndrome does in fact have Zombie 5 Killing Birds in their catalog. I know, how'd they manage to get that, right? So here's the deal. With Zombie 5 Killing Birds, the reason I got this is because Pizzal did a review of this, and I'm not blaming him by any stretch, but he did a review of this that the review entertained me so much that I was like, oh, I gotta watch that movie. So long story short, it was probably sometime last year, I was DVD hunting, and I found one of those old school zombie, I'm looking at it right there, those old school zombie box sets, and in that box set was Zombie 5 Killing Birds, along with a few other titles. So I remember putting on the DVD of it and I watched about the first 10 or 15 minutes of it, and it wasn't too bad in the beginning. And then I went away and I never got back to it. But there were some fun moments in that movie. And then I went and saw this at a convention, and I was like, oh, cool, Zombie 5 Killing Birds. Yeah. Let me get that on high definition. It's so bad. It's one of the most boring, nonsensical movies ever. Like, Zombie 3 and 4, I could recommend those. I think there's meat on the bone with both of those. Now, granted, 4 is really bizarre, but it's entertaining bizarre. This one is just lame. Zombie 5 Killing Birds, what can I say? So, if you ever have this in your Vinegar Syndrome cart, I'd reconsider. At least this one came with a slipcover, and it looks nice. Although I think you could have got a slipcover with the Vinegar Syndrome one, but it may not be available anymore. I'm going to laugh my ass off if anybody buys some of these on the Do Not Recommend video I have. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, boy, do I regret this one a little bit. Tom Savini in The Ripper. It looks fantastic on this cover. It does. I mean, look at that. That looks amazing. So, I went into this not as blind as I would like to admit. In Search of Darkness 2 or 3, they mentioned this, and I was so fascinated by it. Tom Savini played the Ripper? I gotta see him play the Ripper. This is an SOV movie. That I knew. But I have to admit that SOV movies kind of suck. They kind of suck. And that's not the crime. Because SOV movies can be good. There are some great ones. This movie, the length of this video has way more screen time than Tom Savini does. That, I'll put it to you like that. And this is technically a sub-label, but you get it from Vinegar Syndrome's website, DeGosser Video. The Ripper. This should have just been a movie. They should have just made a movie about this with money and a budget. Gorgeous release. I can't deny it. This is I love the way this looks. but this is all there is to it. This is the only thing that's worthwhile about it. Otherwise, the Ripper is the boring-ass Ripper with a shred of Tom Savini. With a shred of Tom Savini. I should probably save this for last, but I'm not. What I'm about to tell you is the most embarrassing story of my life. So, here we go. The movie in question is Hobgoblins. Hobgoblins. Some of you know this story, but if not, let me explain to you why this movie is the bane of my existence. So I go to a Texas Frightmare convention. It's Sunday. I was going on Sundays because it's less people. It's easier to get move around. There's less going on. It's more friendly on a Sunday. And I just wanted to walk out with something else before I left. So I was like, I want to get a movie. I go to the Vinegar Syndrome table. I walk up to there, and the guy greets me, and he's very happy, very nice. And he's like, how you doing, man? It's good to see you, blah, blah, blah. I was like, hey, dude, can you... I don't have a whole lot from Vinegar Syndrome. I mean, what do you recommend? And he starts looking at his table, and he's like, you know what? Let me ask you something. You're a fan of little monster movies like Gremlins and Ghoulies, right? He got me with Ghoulies because I love Charlie Band. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I love Ghoulies. Yeah. He goes, man, I've got a movie just for you. Now, here's the part of the story that's important. On the table, the movies are stacked up like this. They're not like up like this. They're down, and the stack goes up. As he explains to me that he's got a movie for me based off of my love for Ghoulies and Gremlins, he reaches over to grab a movie. Now, there are stacks of movies on the table. Some of them have 4 left, some of them have 8 left, some of them have 2 left. Well, there's a stack of these that are about 25 to 30 high. He reaches up to grab off of that stack and goes, dude, this is what you want. He proceeds to hand me Hobgoblins. I give it a 1-2 over, and I'm like, oh, it's a creature feature, kind of a horror movie. Okay, cool. He duped me. We're walking back to the car, and my wife goes, you know, he gave you he recommended you the movie that had the biggest stack at the table. And at first I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, the biggest stack at the table, Christian. I was like, okay. He goes, that means it probably sucks. The day I got home, I couldn't help myself. This gnawed at me the whole ride home. I had to put this movie on. Hobgoblins is trash. Hobgoblins sucks. Hobgoblins is a bunch of guys shoving their hands up the ass of these little puppets and bouncing them around. No mouth movements, nothing extravagant. And then they make the women just act differently than the way they are. The acting is piss poor. Piss poor. It's piss poor. It's a shit-ass movie. Then they made a slipcover for this damn thing. And the slipcover was gorgeous. Oh my god, it was beautiful. I almost thought about getting it just to encase this turd in a nice slipcover. But then out of principle, I couldn't. I was like, you guys sucked me into buying this piece of shit once. You're not going to suck me in with the slipcover. Although I kind of regret it, to be honest with you. Yeah, this is a terrible movie. It's god-awful. It's trash. It's shit. And I got duped. Next up, guys, is... This one could upset some of you. Hell Comes to Frogtown, Roddy Piper. I know. What's wrong with Hell Comes to Frogtown? I don't know. The movie's kind of lame. I mean, I tried with this one. I got it because it's Roddy Piper. I mean, what's not to love about Roddy Piper? This ain't no They Live, I can tell you that. This movie is nonsensical, and it's just not that entertaining to me. I tried with this movie. I really did, but Hell Comes to Frogtown is just... Roddy needed a good director and a good script, and They Live was perfect for him. This is just garbage. There's nothing about this movie I like. There really isn't. And I have a feeling a lot of you watching this not only disagree, but you probably also have this in your collection. But I'm not going to bullshit and just try to pick movies. Like, no, I really don't like Hell Comes to Frogtown. I think it's nothing compared to They Live. The cover art's pretty cool, though. And they look like turtles off of this. They look like turtles with their frogs. Yeah, just a nonsensical ridiculous ass movie. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Roddy should have done something else. But that may be the least offensive out of this list. Next up, guys, is this movie, Dark Tower. Look at that artwork's fantastic. Are you kidding me? I think this was even based off of Stephen King. It could be. I'm not sure. Let me put it to you like this. Dark Tower is the most boring piece of crap I've ever seen. Or it's top 5 most boring films from Vinegar Syndrome. And my collection isn't as extensive as a lot of people's, but I really regret this. The thing that kills me is the pictures on the back are interesting. You got the mama from Child's Play 2, who's gorgeous. She was also an American Werewolf in London. You got this creepy guy on the back. And they're in the movie, but God, nothing happens for the longest time. This movie is just boring. And that is the ultimate sin. I think a lot of you can agree. Boring is the most ultimate sin. If you got a boring movie, you're screwed. Yeah, Dark Tower was trash. I didn't like it whatsoever. Let's see what the reverse art is on this. Oh, there you go. Still, I don't like it. I'll probably... I shouldn't say this definitively, but there's a strong possibility I'm gonna be put in my grave without ever watching this movie ever again. Very strong possibility. The over-under on that is Dark Tower, just trash. Now, this is the next one I want to talk about. Berserker. Again, not blaming Pizzow whatsoever. Pizzow was on this extreme run of Vinegar Syndrome reviews for a while in like 2019, 2020, 2018, 2019, 2020. And he did Berserker. Again, his review was so entertaining, it made me think that I was going to love this movie. It's so funny because doesn't that remind you of like Pink Floyd, the artwork on this? Let me read you about this. Let me just read this about you. A group of friends have set out on a camping trip in a rural part of Utah, although warned by kindly Norwegian immigrant Pappy Nyquist of a series of recent killings, supposedly the results of a bear. The campers are undeterred and decide to spend the night outdoors getting drunk and sharing stories of berserkers. Ruthless, violent Viking warriors who wore bear skins and snouts. Not long after pairing off a romantic escapade, they find themselves terrorized and ripped apart by a large and violent bear. But is it actually a bear? Or perhaps a real-life berserker who has somehow been transported to the 20th century? It's a really weird premise to begin with. There are some decent moments in Berserker, but again, boring. Just straight up boring. I mean, you can't do anything with boring. Like, if there's something like the acting's bad, but there's crazy shit going on the whole time, we can work with that. I can work with that. But this, again, add this with the Dark Tower. I'll probably go to my grave without watching these again. And last but not least, now this one is the most offensive, but it's my own fault. Redneck Zombies. No, hold on. I like Redneck Zombies. There is literally, positively, absolutely no point for these movies to be on Blu-ray. The only reason they're on Blu-ray is for special features, and that's it. That's it. It does nothing to make these movies look better. I almost wish they would just make a release of this where you could just get this. And I like DeGosser Video. Like, they put a lot into their releases. Like, they look really cool. And the slips are really awesome. But the fact is, all this, like, kind of, like, SOV tape movies, they're pointless on Blu-ray. I almost wish they would just do these as DVDs and still do really nice slipcovers and make them a little less cheaper, because I think DVDs are a lot cheaper to produce, and put all the features available on that. So I kind of regret getting this, because I feel like I'm getting duped to buy cheap-ass movies on Blu-ray, but they're not going to look any better. It's not a knock on DeGosser Video, but it's just, I almost wish we would just stay principled and stay honest and just do these as DVDs with nice slipcovers and cut the cost down, because these Blu-rays, it doesn't... Do you think this looked good on Blu-ray? Do you think The Ripper looked good on Blu-ray? No! neither of these look any better than what they would look like on DVD. So it's just a lesson to learn. Avoid these things on Blu-ray. And I'm sorry, I like DeGosser. It's not a knock on them. I just think they should keep it real and put these on DVD. So there's more I could do, but that's volume 1 of Vinegar Syndrome releases I regret. If you guys want more, let me know. If you have a disagreement with any of these, please sound off down below. You might be able to change my mind, we'll see. Not boring. I can't change boring, but thank you guys for watching this. You asked for it. I delivered it. God bless you guys. I'll see y'all soon. Huge giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind the scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.